Major League Pickleball has revolutionized the fastest growing sport in America. This is the Season 1 Super Final of 2023 for the Premier League. The culmination of 3 events this year brings us to tonight's season finale. A record-setting $240,000 purse on the line for the winning team. World-class athletes abound all weekend long for Major League Pickleball. The best pickleball player in the world, you ask? His name is Ben Johns. He is heroic, and he has carried his Seattle Pioneers to the season finale. Major League Pickleball is truly the first of its kind as we welcome you to beautiful San Clemente, California. You are watching the season finale, and this is about to be a thrilling matchup. We've been building up to this moment for 6 months. The Seattle Pioneers, they have 2 championships to their name. The LA Mad Drops, they have 1, and it all comes down to this, the premier super final matchup. Thrilled to have you with us here on ESPN alongside my counterparts in the booth, Cameron Irwin, Adam Stone. I'm Michelle McMahon. This is the matchup we will be calling from the booth. Cameron Blackwood will be joining us from the sideline. And my goodness, we couldn't ask for a spicier meetup between the Seattle Pioneers and the LA Mad Drops. Time now to welcome in the 4th member of our crew as we turn to current female pro Cameron Blackwood, standing by with a couple of very special guests.
Thanks, Michelle. Ben Johns right here, the most decorated player in pickleball. How special is Major League Pickleball and that it's got to this point here tonight?
Yeah, you know, it's an amazing event. It's awesome for the players. I think the fans really enjoy it, and it's really awesome to have so many decorated athletes, investors, and all-around people involved in the league as well. I think we can all see that it's an amazing sport with a great future, and we got a lot of great people behind it.
We do, and over here I have Drew Brees, the owner of the Mad Drops. Knowing that where pickleball was and where it is today, how special is it with the networks, the fan, and the prize money?
It's unbelievable. I don't think we could pick a better venue. Here we are, Southern California, beautiful weather. The prize money, major network television, playing against the best in the world here. I mean, what more could you ask for?
Thanks, Drew. Michelle, back to you.
Cameron, thanks so much. How about that? Drew Brees flying in for the occasion. Now we say hello to my booth members, Adam Stone, Cameron Irwin. Your thoughts on this big matchup tonight?
Well, this is very exciting times. The super final of season 1 of MLP. I'm so happy to be here with you guys. And my pick to click, just like it was 2 days ago in the quarterfinals, is Julian Arnold. He didn't have his best game. He had some inconsistencies and poor decision-making creep in that quarterfinal. But let's not forget, he is the Mesa MLP MVP. Which Julian will show up today?
Well, my focus is solely set on Ben Johns. He's the #1 player in the world, and for good reason. He's great at every discipline in the game of pickleball. You can put him in mixed doubles. You can put him in gender doubles. He is the #1 player in men's singles as well, and he has been carrying his team. They're also 2-0 against this team. Do not bet against Ben Johns.
Their general manager, Dave Fleming, also flew in for the occasion on the heels of his daughter's wedding. You'll see him in the hat in the background there of Ben Johns. If you're new to the sport of pickleball, welcome. We are so thrilled to have you with us, and you are watching the best. Major League Pickleball does it different than everybody else. This is the premier level. As we explain the rules to you, it's a unique format for many reasons, one of them being it's a team game. Individual players drafted earlier this season to create a team of 4, 2 men, 2 women. We will play 4 games per match. Gender doubles will kick off our coverage, and then we'll move to 2 mixed doubles games. And it is the best 3 out of 4. We will then go to a Dream Breaker, which is a singles format, if we must, for a deciding 5th game. It is rally scoring. Games to 21, you must win by 2. We will explain the nuance of a freeze when we get there. And of course, each team gets 3 free video challenges per match. And this is one of a kind from a player standpoint. Adam, not too long ago, you retired from this sport. What makes Major League Pickleball different from the rest?
It's the energy. The format and the energy. It's a special tournament series. You can see it on the players' faces. A little less of a grind than a standard tournament. Every point matters, and My goodness, I am excited for this matchup right here.
Let's get to know the players a little bit more. Thomas Wilson in the white hat. Tyler Loong, the partner of Ben Johns in men's doubles. He usually plays with Megan Dazan in mixed doubles. Coin toss took place. We will begin with women's doubles to start. Seattle won the toss, which means they will opt to react when we get to the mixed doubles portion. We'll explain that momentarily, but the first server, Irina Tereshchenko, she's the GOAT of Major League Pickleball. 4 MLP titles to her name. The crowd has been raucous so far all weekend.
Exactly right, and even though she is the MLP GOAT with 4 titles, I actually expect her to be targeted in this match by the Seattle Pioneers as her partner, Catherine Parento, very much at the top of the game.
And the first firefight underway. This is what pickleball is all about. Fast hands, just 14 feet separate these athletes from one another at the kitchen line.
Into the net again for Tereshchenko, a rare sight. She's a veteran player in the sport, in her 40s, still performing at her peak. Megan Dazan will serve to Tereshchenko. Couple of net dribblers, and the point resolves on the side of the LA Mad Drops.
Well, I'll tell you what, the ladies are not interested in dinking early on as they are pulling triggers left and right. And you know what? I don't expect a thing to change.
Another firefight. And a kiss off the tape just wide. Tough bounce for Seattle.
Well, and to go off Adam's point, these ladies are taking the ball off the bounce, out of the air. It doesn't matter. They're looking to add pace and power.
2-2.
A lot of pressure at the kitchen right now from the LA Mad Drops.
Drops become a big part of the game of pickleball. It's one of the ways you can neutralize your opponent on the other side. So look for them to drop that ball just over the top of the net into the kitchen.
Into the net for Parento. If you're new to pickleball, the kitchen is what we designate the line to be. 7 feet between the net and the line. You can't step on it. It's the no volley zone when you're taking a ball out of the air.
Yeah, I just want to mention from a couple points ago as well, as that ball contacted Irina Tereshchenko's hand. The hand is part of the paddle. The wrist and above, you lose the point if it hits that part of your body.
Parento, she's one of the best females in the world, that's why.
And she goes 5-hole on Etta right through the wickets there with the big forehand. Incredible play from all 4 ladies, and you love to see a point end with a big-time firefight.
And again, it's all about strike first pickleball. Usually Etta Wright and Megan Dazan want to be the aggressors, but right now Catherine Parento and Irina Tereshchenko are doing a solid job keeping up in that regard.
Down the middle for Parento, and the Mad Drops off to a healthy 4-point lead.
I always say, what do you do to a bully? You punch him in the mouth. Big offense from Etta and Megan Dazan. Don't play soft to them. Beat them to the offensive punch.
Catherine Parento is just so good at picking her spots off the bounce. She holds that paddle face so long, it forces you to have to make a decision where to place your paddle on the counter.
Irina Tereshchenko creating the pressure there, the most decorated player in Major League Pickleball's history.
Exactly right. Played some big-time tennis at Texas Tech as well. #1 singles and doubles.
Timeout is called on the court. A shocking 6-point lead for the LA Mad Drops. We will take one as well and regroup after this short commercial break. Don't go anywhere. We're just getting started. Nudge me if you ever want to take it out of a...
Sounds good.
You said Seattle won the toss, and they...
ESPN's coverage of Major League Pickleball is brought to you by Margaritaville. Escape to your personal paradise. Stay, play, live, and dine in Margaritaville. By Aura Organic. Fuel your lifestyle with Aura, the cleanest, most powerful plant-based supplements. And by Toyota Prius. Toyota Prius, it's ace now. As we welcome you back to Championship Court. Drop it like it's hot according to the LA Mad Drops fans. That is Drew Brees' team. Major League Pickleball broke the internet several times with its ownership announcements. Plenty of icons across the sport. Parento and Tereshchenko cleaning up in women's doubles.
I mean, big serve, big drive. Etta Wright was actually closer to the baseline than the kitchen line when she's contacting that first volley. Incredible serve and third shot drive from Catherine Parento.
What are the Mad Drops doing right now to create so much momentum on their side? The first team to 11 to change ends.
This is really an offensive barrage, and I am very happy with their strategy to start off here. Catherine Parento, not known for overwhelming weapons, but no holes in her game. She is firing away on all cylinders right now.
Well, and Adam, think back to their matchup versus the New Jersey Fives. Etta Wright and Megan Dazan had a little bit of trouble facing off against another #1 player in the world, Annalie Waters, and her partner Leah Jansen, a team that brought a ton of pace. They look for the shake and bake from the baseline, a heavy drive on the third shot, and then closing in on the fifth. And right now, I have to imagine that scouting report is coming full force at the hand of Irina Tereshchenko and her partner Catherine Parento.
Other implications on the line. This is a promotion and relegation system league. There are 24 teams total, 12 in Premier, 12 in Challenger. What is happening here in 2023 will determine which teams will land in the Premier level come 2024. So playing for $240,000 and precious event points on both sides for their ownership groups.
Clearly, they have been trying to attack that Irina Tereshchenko forehand, whether it's from at the baseline or up at the kitchen line. Right now, she's answering the call.
Another point won by the Mad Drops, stealing the show up by 10.
I mean, hands of gold right now for the LA Mad Drops. Very impressed with the start, as we've mentioned, but it's how it's getting done that impresses me the most.
ATP attempt around the post. We abbreviate it ATP, and Irina Tereshchenko was trying to go down with style points there.
4-13.
Megan Dizon earned every inch of that point. A lot of dinking for our new friends on ESPN. How do you explain the point construction and what you're trying to create with what we call the dink in pickleball?
Well, the beautiful thing about the dink is if you keep it low to the net and shallow to the net, it neutralizes your opponent. It makes it harder to find offense. However, all four of these athletes right now are looking to go off the bounce, trying to find the offense. And clearly, the Seattle Pioneers, since the end change, have tried to slow things down a little bit. You haven't seen the drive from the baseline. They're utilizing that dink to elongate the rallies.
Julian Arnold on the sideline having a conversation with our lead referee, Courtney Johnson. He's a spicy player. He's very opinionated and he won't hold back.
Well, it looks like he's spicy when he's not playing as well, as he is not involved in this match, but he's very much involved in this conversation.
They are challenging Seattle Pioneers. Are you maintaining their alcohol? Yes. All right.
We have a challenge, our first of the match.
Seattle Pioneers, as the rally stands, the score is 6-13.
There was a ball that was called out. Here's another look.
This is after the bounce.
Yeah, it looks,
Megan called it out.
Looks
this
good
ball
to
looks
me.
pretty clean
Yeah.
in, and that is why Julian Arnold had the reaction that he did on the sideline for the Mad Drops.
And I wanted to mention also that dinking and point construction and long points are not the ladies of the Seattle Pioneers their #1 option. But when your opponents are this hot with their hand speed and they're on everything, you have to go to a different strategy, and we've seen that. Can they go out of their comfort zone and get back into this match?
They're going to have to pick and choose their spots wisely. You saw that extended rally. Megan Dizon did have 2 speed ups, so she has to pay attention, recognize the height of the ball.
Let's listen into the verdict.
The call has been overturned. The ball is in. Challenge, you have 2 remaining. We will resume play with LA Mad Drops serving at 14-5.
Courtney Johnson, the referee on the call there. Call was overturned. Good challenge used by the Mad Drops. And a slew of momentum lost on the side of Seattle.
Well, and to go back to Adam's point, typically I think Etta Wright might have looked to speed that ball up, but because it's against her natural instinct, it makes it that much more challenging.
And a foot fault called for Seattle. They're trying to mix things up, throwing Megan Dazan on the left side instead of on the right, and then a cascade of errors is causing a huge gap in favor of the Mad Drops.
And I'll say this, we do not see the score 16-5 or now 16-6 very frequently with how talented all of these players out. This is a very much lopsided affair.
Dazan pulls the trigger first, just long.
And to go back to you on that score, it's even more interesting. Last time these two teams met, it went in favor of Dazan and Wright, 21-18.
Long again for Dazan. This is not what we usually see with Etta Wright and Megan Dazan. Credit to Tereshchenko and Parento throwing them off their game.
Hey, you said it, Michelle. That's exactly what's happening right now. You have to tip your cap. You can see how uncomfortable and hesitant the Pioneers are in this moment.
And a big finish for Tereshchenko, 2 points away for going up a game in the series.
I mean, right now, it's just incredible to watch. The Mad Drops have offense and they have defense. Everything's coming together at the right time.
And just a finesse play finds the opening. How?
I mean, full stretch scramble to her right. Irina Tereshchenko gets up to the kitchen line and then splits the defense with a two-handed backhand up the middle. Defense to offense, firing on all cylinders.
Into the net for Dazan, and game goes to the LA Mad Drops. Irina Tereshchenko and Catherine Parento put their team on the board first, so we will move to men's doubles next, but that was impressive.
Yes, and I'll tell you what, Julian Andiamo-Arnold, huge energy player, and even the ladies winning this emphatically could carry over to this men's doubles match. Just an incredible start for the Mad Drops.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. The fact that Parento and Tereshchenko strike first, they came out with a surprising game plan, and it worked well. They take the first, 21-6.
One more time for anyone that didn't hear it. Think
You're watching the Season 1 Super Final for Major League Pickleball. The LA Mad Drops, they were the underdogs coming into this matchup against Ben Johns and the Seattle Pioneers, the two-time champs. Guess what? The women's doubles team just tried to change that narrative as we check in now with the fourth member of our crew, Cameron Blackwood, standing by with the winners.
Thanks, Michelle. Catherine, a dominating performance by you guys. You just played them a couple days ago, didn't go in your favor. Was tape watched, and what adjustments did you make?
Yes, there was a lot of tape watch, and I think we did a really good job to come up with a better plan this time. Last time we were a little bit flat, and I think we just came out and swinging, and it really worked out for us.
And how important is in this format, especially with MLP, to get this first win and momentum on the side of the Mad Drops?
What up, San Clemente? Can you feel the Mad Drop energy? Yeah, it's very important. Let's go, boys.
Thanks, Irene and Michelle. Back to you.
I guess the MLP all-time winningest player. You can say whatever you want, and the energy has been fantastic, to her point, on the side of the LA Mad Drops. You got Super Bowl champ Drew Brees in the house. It was an offensive barrage, Adam. You said it, but the GOAT is waiting in the wings for the Seattle Pioneers for Ben Johns and company. What gives here?
So I said, let's target Irina Tereshchenko. I expect them to do that. They did. They very much paid the price for that. Now I expect the Mad Drops to target Tyler Loong, obviously paired up with the best player in the world. How can Tyler Loong respond? And I don't just expect them to attack him with soft stuff at the kitchen. I expect them to attack him with powerful shots from the baseline and the kitchen line.
Leading up to this event, to this matchup, we've seen teams try and attack Tyler Loong on the left shoulder, really trying to focus on finding that forehand. Tyler is a left-handed player playing the right side. He's going to have to get real creative in terms of his counters and his ability to dink cross-court to get rid of some of the pressure coming his direction.
As we await first serve between the men's, let's have a look at the Margaritaville kitchen cam, excuse me. If you're new to pickleball or familiar, have a look at the footwork and the offensive barrage of Irina Tereshchenko and Catherine Parento. Cool angle there. I don't want to see those two coming in my face if I'm on the court. We're moments away from first serve. Ben Johns, the best player in the world. He has more titles and triple crowns than any other player that has ever been in the sport of pickleball. Surprised I catch it. It was already up. 7 margaritas. I mean, margaritas.
7 margaritas.
Teams have been going after Julian, too, on that backhand side.
He's not playing great. Julian's not playing great.
Really?
He's got to step up, yeah, has to.
So, but how is Julian going to find offense? I mean, does he have a two-hand backhand to be able to roll that ball up the line?
No, he does.
At Tyler?
He does.
Okay.
It's not as good as James Ignatowicz, but he has one.
Okay.
And I actually expect Thomas Wilson to attack a little bit cross-court.
That's what I was wondering.
Shotgun.
Okay,
With his shotgun forehand.
Yeah, because he's like, he gets stuck.
Correct. You do not see the cross-court attacks in men doubles almost ever, but this might be one of the situations to do it.
Cool.
One thing I don't think we mentioned I might bring up, Thomas Wilson had a heart procedure not
That's
too
right.
long ago.
And he missed Daytona because of a wrist injury as well. So just extra info.
Sorry. Welcome back to San Clemente, California. This is the Premier League Super Final for Major League Pickleball. There's nothing else like it. We move on to men's doubles. The women's doubles went in favor of the LA Mad Drops, so then the best player in the world comes out for his team. In the white, the Seattle Pioneers, Tyler Loong, his partner, a lefty. Forehands will be in the middle. Very cute puppy on display as well. Ben Johns on the left side. Thomas Wilson, Julian Arnold in the blue. That's the way you construct a point if you're the best player in the world.
Well, exactly right. He loves chess. He loves Magic the Gathering. He's a strategy guy, and he's a strategy player on the pickleball court as well. He loves his patterns, and very tough once you get to the kitchen line to outmaneuver Ben Johns.
Just wide for Ben Johns.
Something to pay attention to is the movement of Tyler Loong, trying to open up that forehand. It is very clear. He's shifting very early right now towards that sideline.
And why wouldn't you when your partner Ben Johns can do an Ernie like that on the backhand? Explain the technique for an Ernie.
Exactly right. It's a huge tool at your disposal. Not only can you end the point by jumping the corner of the kitchen, it shrinks the court and forces your opponents to have a smaller target, which can create unforced errors.
Long for Ben Johns. Wilson and Arnold tie it back up. Thomas Wilson just coming off of a procedure. We'll talk about that in a moment. Into the net for Tyler Loong. Thomas Wilson had a heart procedure not too long ago, and here he is competing at the highest possible level. His partner, Julian Arnold, trying to boost him up.
Yeah, very wild story, Michelle. As previous pickleball tournament, his heart rate got up to 300 beats per minute. He had to get extra electrical signals in his heart cauterized, and he's here playing this event. Unbelievable.
And that's what I've been waiting for. That is a big moment for Julian Arnold. They're looking for that attack. He's gonna have to find offense, whether it's off the forehand or the backhand side, to speed up the line.
Another Ernie from Ben Johns on the backhand side. They're trying to test him wide. It's not working so far.
Well, you have to try and keep him honest on that left side. What's more impressive is how far right he'll move and still find the Ernie on the left.
Good lead for Tyler Loong.
And I actually like that from Thomas Wilson. Unfortunate, Julian Arnold was looking for the Ernie and wasn't there to plug the gap in the middle. Tough break for the drops.
Forced error from Tyler Loong on the paddle of Arnold.
Yeah, but I love that. This is what Tyler Loong has to be able to do. Drop the hips down, put the paddle face straight up vertical, almost into what we call a pancake position to be able to counter.
Wow, Julian Arnold, he packs a powerful punch, the former UCLA Bruin tennis player on display.
That's right. Very loose arm from Julian Arnold as he just lets that whip through the ball with an incredible amount of pace.
Not a lot of holes on the side of the Pioneers.
Absolutely not. And that's one of the beautiful things about having that lefty on the right side. It frees you up to Ernie that much more. And Tyler, one of the most dynamic and athletic movers in that regard.
Into the net for Wilson.
Yeah, decent time to try it. That ball did sit up just enough. Thomas Wilson going for too much on that forehand, and unfortunately for the drops, we haven't called his names too much, as Julian Arnold being targeted right now by the Pioneers.
Wow, he picks it up off the net and then finishes the point.
It's so hard not to want to attack this ball, right? It's bouncing into the kitchen. You see the opponent's retreating. He can't volley that ball because he's standing in the kitchen. It's just an unfortunate let cord for Julian Arnold.
Good finish from Tyler Loom. It's also noteworthy, you pointed it out a couple of days ago, these teams were drafted in mid-December. Ben John selected Tyler Loom in the 4th round as his men's doubles partner over his traditional men's doubles partner, his brother, Colin Johns, and that's noteworthy. We'll talk about that in a moment. Tough net bounce there for Seattle, but why was that strategically correct for Ben Johns?
Well, if this was a men's doubles tournament, he would have picked Colin, his brother, but we have singles and mixed doubles both in this tournament. All 3 aspects of the game went with Tyler Loom for that reason.
Julian Arnold finds the backside of Ben Johns. They've been looking for that.
That is a big-time moment for Julian Arnold right here. He has been speeding up the line, trying to find some offense. He sees Ben Johns start to shift. That is a great attack.
Julian Arnold, where was he going there?
Well, it's a delicate balance. He had some great success. Really, you won't see Ben Johns off balance too much. You saw him on 2 points ago. That time, a little bit of a heat check going for too much. You gotta pick the right spots, guys. If you go too hard, too quick against the best player, gonna be trouble.
Seattle takes an 11-7 lead. We'll take a timeout as well and come back with the rest of this men's doubles game. Yep.
Sure.
Sure. Simple explanation right here. You're watching the super final for the Premier Level League and Major League Pickleball. These are how the numbers shake out. Ben Johns and Tyler Loon with a 53% edge on Julian Arnold and Thomas Wilson, according to their team Duper. Cameron, give us some context for those who don't know what Duper is.
Well, Duper is the rating system that each of these players have a number. It comes down to the matches they've won and lost and what their opponent's Duper rating is. It all comes down to a big mathematical algorithm. To give some context, Ben Johns' Duper rating is 711. I'd say your average pickleball player just starting out is about a 3.0 to a 3.5, just to give some context. The highest level amateur, about that 5.0 rating.
Yeah, it's like a handicap in golf, right?
Exactly.
Like unifying for all players. You can get a Duper as well if you're a recreational player. Everyone can have one, and it's a good way to identify and find your people when you're playing in this sport that we all know and love. Ben Johns back to serve. And that time, they find Tyler Loon. Have they been going to him enough in this matchup?
It's really tough to say, right? You oftentimes want to go away from Ben Johns. They've gone to the backside of Ben Johns pretty frequently to this point, but Tyler Loon has been playing well.
Wow, that time Ben Johns catches Julian Arnold off guard.
Yes, I believe that Tyler Loon is giving Ben exactly what he needs so far in this match, except for that last ambitious speed up on the forehand side.
Oh, tough ball to miss for Julian Arnold. And this is where Seattle can start to frustrate you. They subtly pull away, and then off goes Ben Johns.
He just sucks the life out of you. He really does. I've been there before, guys.
Rare miss for Thomas Wilson. We haven't talked a lot about Thomas Wilson. The ball has been kept away from him with good reason. He's one of the more underrated players on tour.
Especially on that forehand side, Michelle. He snuck away with one.
I was just gonna say.
My, he almost just got
barely
lit
got
up.
away with that one.
We'll label that one fortunate for Julian. Don't do it again, please.
Oh. And then he does. It kind of works. Again.
I saw the jugular vein from Julian Arnold. When that thing pops out, it gets crazy.
You didn't want to see him go high to Ben Johns again. He finds the baseline that time.
Well, if you're going to go high to Ben Johns, definitely do it on the backhand side, not the forehand.
Nothing is safe against him, let's be honest.
But the LA Mad Drops here definitely showing a little bit more energy from the drive and crash method. And that's a good way to build momentum, right? If you're already down and you got to get aggressive, you got to take a bet on your hands. And right now, the Mad Drops, in the last few points, have looked through the shake and bake.
I'll tell you what, these athletes' feet, it sounds like an NBA game on the court. Incredible footwork from all four players.
Thomas Wilson, there's the forehand that we have yet to see in this one.
I had the privilege of hitting for about 15 or 30 minutes with Thomas Wilson earlier today. That thing is a gosh darn shotgun coming out of his right shoulder. Incredible power from him on the forehand side.
Down the middle, Tyler Loon rocks solid on his side.
Yeah, and that's an interesting speed up. Adam and I were talking about this in terms of a matchup. Oftentimes you don't see cross-court speed ups in the game of pickleball, but Thomas Wilson with that forehand, it's tough when you got Ben Johns in front of you. He might have to look for opportunities there.
Wow, that's a thing of beauty from Julian Arnold. Maybe get a little...
Yes, but he had Tyler Loon pretzeled either way. Now, the let cord seals the deal, but Tyler Loon was very much off balance to receive that attack, so great job by Julian.
Nice.
There's that strong tennis background of Julian Arnold.
And right now, the Mad Drops are looking like they're a women's doubles team. Any chance they get to be able to be the aggressor right now, they're just firing away.
14-16.
Julian Arnold There's the Andiamo. He's known around the pickleball world for that phrase. He uses it a lot.
15-16.
Julian Arnold pressing there, trying to take the ball out of the air. One of the reasons you want to do that is to not let the ball bounce and skip, running away from you. It means you lose part of your court positioning.
Nice. Nice.
Ooh, that was close.
Yeah, I'm okay with it. It was from a lower position, but there was a gap there with Tyler Loom sliding to his right. Been a little late covering the middle. He just couldn't find the court.
Thomas Wilson takes a fortuitous bounce, throws up the hand, but it'll take the point and the serve. Rally scoring continues until the first team gets to 20.
It's a bummer of a ball for Julian Arnold right there. It didn't skip up high enough. I think they were looking for the drive and crash method again. You saw Thomas Wilson just crash in.
Wow, inside out volley from Thomas Wilson and a flick of the wrist.
I'll tell you what, a perfect time to use it as any. That is just sexy time there. Freezing Ben Johns, Thomas Wilson. Beautiful manipulation of the wrist and great deception.
A grind of a point. The LA Mad Drops somehow come away with that one.
Just incredible to watch Julian Arnold go toe-to-toe, cross-court with the #1 player in the world.
And it's not just that, the favorite pattern of the #1 player in the world. Julian Arnold playing big.
These two teams very familiar with each other. Seattle knocked out the Mad Drops in Daytona. The Mad Drops looking to have the last word here. They tie it up late.
I mean, you got to be fearless in this moment right now. They have gone at Ben Johns in the last 2 points alone.
19-19.
A clean winner for Julian Arnold down the middle. Mr. Andiamo himself takes game point on his side.
Well, I tell you what, we've seen Tyler Loom sliding to his right with some great counters, but this is one of the pitfalls of doing so, creating a gap in the middle, and you want to talk about pinpoint accuracy from Julian Arnold. Well played, sir.
20-19.
Game sealed by Thomas Wilson. He catches the left shoulder of Ben Johns. And what do we have here? The LA Mad Drops drafting up a Cinderella story, going up 2-0 on the Seattle Pioneers.
Ben Johns has been in action for 3 straight days. This is his first loss the entire weekend.
And I'll tell you what, I think the Pioneers had the edge in all of the doubles matches, and the Mad Drops the edge in singles. I was hoping that the Mad Drops could work this to a dream breaker, but now they have a 2-0 lead in doubles, looking to seal this deal in regulation.
Seattle now finds themselves in a must-win situation as we turn to mixed doubles. Coming up next, how will the GOAT respond? Find out next. We can also talk, we can go with promotion and relegation system talk too. Like that's something that's new to all American sports fans. Like probably most people are like, what? I don't know how that works. Well, yeah, but they're playing for it right now. So they're playing for points that will rank them in the where they win. Yeah, there's a lot going on. It's kind of confusing. We don't have to dive into complete details, but like just to give people an idea of what they're playing for.
It's a whole show in itself.
Yeah. No one has beaten Ben Johns in men's doubles this tournament except for Julian Arnold and Thomas Wilson, who pulled a huge comeback win. They are standing by now with current female pro Cameron Blackwood.
Thanks, Michelle. Playing from behind most of the match. You guys make an incredible comeback. How were you able to take this win?
I think Captain Julian Andiamo Arnold pulled it through for us. I mean, I had some heart jitters at the beginning there that I was working through, but once he made that backhand flick at the baseline, we believed and we just kind of went forward, and I'm just happy to pull out the win today.
Julian, you gave Ben Johns his first loss this weekend. Did you expect to be up 2-0 right now heading into mixed?
Definitely didn't expect to be up 2-0, but with this team, anything's possible. I think we match up with them pretty well, and you know, the game plan was just not to be down 2-0, which we had been the last couple times we played them. So, you know, we're here to give them a run for their money and take this champion home to LA. So.
All right, thank you so much. Michelle, back to you.
Cameron, thanks so much. Still so impressed by the way Thomas Wilson is able to respond back after such a drastic life event like a heart procedure. It's truly remarkable that he's been able to play at this level, and wow, what a game and what a match we've seen so far here from San Clemente, California. We will move on to the mixed doubles rounds. It is a best 3 out of 4 series in terms of the total match. And the LA Mad Drops with a cushy 2-game lead on the 2-time defending champs, Ben Johns, and the Seattle Pioneers, Catherine Parento. She has an MLP title to her name as well. The Mad Drops were the champions from Mesa, and Seattle won the toss, which means they are the reacting team. That's what they chose. This advantage comes into play when it comes to the mixed doubles matchups. It means that the Mad Drops have to lay their hand first. They'll put their mixed doubles partners out first. Seattle has a chance to pick their matchups, and when you have a strategist like Ben Johns on Seattle, you know he's going to choose these pairings very wisely.
Yeah, and more than anything, I feel like Ben Johns wants this on his paddle right now. If they don't pick up this win, it's a done deal. Ben Johns wants to be the one deciding.
That's right. I mean, you have to win.
Yeah.
You're down 0-2. You have to win. There's really no other option. So this is the play. Can they come up with a win? Force game 4. And yeah, that's the situation that the Seattle Pioneers are in, and it's not one that they are used to being in, let me tell you that.
Well, there's one player you want to rely on in the most pressured-filled moments. It would be Ben Johns, but Julian Arnold is hoping to seal the deal. The MVP from Mesa, he has shown up to play today. We will be back with first serve of this mixed doubles game after this short break. Back on championship court in San Clemente, California. This is the premier level super final, and guess what? Super Bowl MVP is with us. He's one of the owners of the LA Mad Drops. Standing by now with our Cameron Blackwood with his team taking a 2-0 lead.
Thanks, Michelle. I just have to get your reactions after that incredible comeback by your men's doubles team.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. Like our guys said it, I don't think we expected to be up 2-0 right now, but obviously we still got a lot of work to do, but I just love our team. I love the team dynamics. I love the way that we play together and never quit. You know, we were down 5 points in that game and came back to get the win.
And you touched on that in the Mad Drops. There's just something special about that. Every person just steps up when it needs to. Who are you looking to see step up right now?
All of them. But that's what we have, culture and team. That's what it's all about, and I think we've got one of the absolute best.
Thanks, Drew, so much. Michelle, back to you.
Cameron, thanks so much. Hey, the NFL has their Super Bowl. Guess what? Pickleball has the Super Final. And this is the season finale. Both teams earned their way here Monday night with a culmination of event points from all 3 events this season. Catherine Parento, Julian Arnold, the team that the LA Mad Drops put out first. Ben Johns opted to put their strongest team to counter in a must-win situation. Into the net goes Etta Wright, not the way you want to start for Seattle.
And a couple times that I saw Etta Wright in women's doubles late getting to the kitchen line, we saw the same thing there. Don't want to be making that first volley in the transition zone.
Caught on the backside, Ben Johns, so methodical, and he's calm. Nothing is ever too big for this guy.
No, but there's definitely an internal fire, and there's definitely some internal angst right now being down 0-2.
Into the night for Etta Wright.
Yes, and I would like to see, obviously he's going to try to be an alpha, being the left side player, Ben Johns, but see how often he attacks Catherine Parento. If there's one knock on her, it possibly could be her being able to be overwhelmed by power.
Julian Arnold takes over off the speed up of Ben Johns.
And another interesting note, the last time these two teams met, the lineup was the same, but the matchups were different. So it's been a minute since they faced one another in this same rotation.
Big backhand for Julian Arnold.
And I'll tell you what, I made a slight knock on Catherine Parento about possibly being attackable, but I'll tell you what, she makes about one unforced error per tournament.
Foot fault was called on Julian Arnold, I believe, and he is challenging the foot fault call. Give them a little bit of a break here. And to elaborate on your point, Cameron, the mixed doubles matchups that these two teams played with when they met in the event number 3 here in San Clemente in the group play rounds. Julian Arnold and Catherine Parento beat Tyler Leung and Megan Dazan pretty handedly, 21-15. Ben Johns and Etta Wright beat Thomas Wilson and Irina Terashenko 21-12 to seal the victory there. So that is definitely an interesting nuance. Here's the challenge. Remember, the no volley zone, you cannot have any part of your body touching that line or anything in front of it towards the net while the ball is being taken out of the air, and just a touch of the toe looks like, is it grabbing the line? It looks like it's touching the line.
It looks like a fault to me, unfortunately. Okay. It was such a high degree of difficulty and impressive shot from Julian Arnold. Bad luck there on the toe tap.
We have a verdict here with Courtney Johnson, our lead referee with Major League Pickleball.
Upon video review, the call stands. There was a foot fault on the rally. Los Angeles Mad Drops loses a free challenge. You have 2 free challenges remaining. We'll resume play at 2-3 with the Pioneers serving.
Such a pro, that Courtney Johnson. That's a big break for Etta Wright and Ben Johns, who are feeling every ounce of pressure. $60,000 per player on the line.
Yeah, and you're right, Michelle. Courtney Johnson, one of the best refs out there.
15 seconds.
Catherine Parento and Julian Arnold could close in on a season championship with a win here.
2-3.
Ooh, what a play from Seattle.
And that's tough, going over the left shoulder of Catherine Parento. Oftentimes the off player will be the one to chase that lob when it goes over your left shoulder.
Thank you.
Just a little late on the chase there from Julian Arnold.
Yeah, I would have liked to see him get that ball, even though Catherine was a little closer to it. His forehand, her backhand.
Julian Arnold there for every counter.
What was impressive there was the move by Etta Wright, but Julian Arnold at this level, one shot, one counter isn't enough to get it done. It's gonna take 2 or 3.
Julian Arnold gets a touch off the tape at a right, takes the brunt of that, brunt of it.
5-3. Side out, point 4.
Into the net for the Mad Drops. One-point game here on championship court. Seattle in a must-win situation. Just back, and Seattle misses that one. LA captures a 2-point lead and a chance to close in on the rest of this game. We'll take a timeout and return with the rest of this Premier League super final matchup.
The fact that the Mad Drops would take this in 3 is like astonishing.
Yeah, I would say it's 5 to 7% chance when it started that would happen. Yeah, something very low.
Oh, dude, same. You can't drink enough water at this point.
I feel like it's a bad
Same haircut. Same haircut.
Any places you guys want to go on? Back on championship court, Irina Tereshchenko and Thomas Wilson looking on and all smiles as their team takes a 2-0 lead on Seattle, up by 2 points here in this first mixed doubles game 2. Catherine Parento has been a force in this matchup, as has Julian Arnold.
Yeah, she's been really impressive in regards to her ability to reset the ball, to counter, and then add pace when it need be on that right side.
And you know what, ladies? They say variety is the spice of life, and Etta Wright grew up in New Zealand playing netball, touch rugby, basketball, soccer, field hockey, and tennis. What a sports background for her.
Side out, point 7.
I mean, that's what they say. Spice of life, right?
Spice of life. Also learned to play tennis from her dad, longtime tennis coach.
Seattle climbs in within 1.
6-7.
Perento's ability to change gears within a point is astonishing. From one contact to the next, she recognizes immediately whether she needs to reset or attack.
Another lucky net bounce for Julian Arnold. A couple times he's done that, and we heard them being Catherine Parento and Julian Arnold talking Mace after they won. This energy is synergistic between these two.
Side out, point 7.
You heard the whoop from Julian Arnold. Way too inside out. That ball sailing 3 or 4 feet long, but keep staying aggressive, buddy. Working well in this match.
Something else to note about the format with Major League Pickleball is how tough the serve becomes, as you will lose a point on the serve if you miss, whereas in traditional scoring, that's not the case.
Catherine Parento all over the attack. Etta Wright leaves that one too high.
Yes, and that was definitely a ball too high, but still an amazing spot to deceive Ben Johns and keep him off balance. Catherine Parento playing huge, as Cam said, from a defensive and offensive perspective.
The LA Mad drops the first team to 11, which means we will have an end change. And take a quick break. Julian Arnold is playing out of his mind. He is looking for yet another title and $60,000 to his name if they can pull off a season championship here in San Clemente, California. Tyler Leung and Ben Johns, they have a lot of work to do if they want to come back in this one. The ultimate strategist goes to work with his partner. Cool.
Getting set up.
The reason I brought up the serve is because it's impressive they're still serving this tough. I didn't finish my thought. I was sitting there, I was like, because I know it's not a missed return, but I was like, whatever. It became irrelevant. But that's like, you have to temper your serve so much.
I don't know.
I don't know. We saw Christian Alshon miss a few. It's tight. You just get.
What'd you say? Oh, Michelob. Yeah. Yep. Yep. No one does pickleball better than MLP. Check out the Michelob Ultra Joy Cam. All smiles on these fans who have been absolutely electric with us all weekend long in San Clemente, California. Surprised Tyson McGuffin isn't in the crowd chugging a beer with these guys. He did that after his last PPA gold medal in San Clemente, in fact, last weekend. Julian Arnold and Catherine Parento with a chance to earn $60K each and a season championship crown. Wow. What else can you say? The Mad Drops seem unstoppable. Not even Ben Johns has the answer.
No, and Julian Arnold has gotten the better of those hands battles in that center of the court against Ben Johns to this point.
Wow, finding the corner was Ben Johns, and that's how he can get you. That, we don't talk about his table tennis background a lot. We talk about players with tennis backgrounds, but that shows in plays like that.
Yeah, he actually has one of the best backhand rolls. He says that came from the game of ping pong, table tennis.
Etta Wright jammed up again. It seems like Etta's been the player that's been exploited on her side, playing a little tighter in certain moments than you would usually see.
Yeah, nice put away up the middle from Ben Johns, but I think you're right. Etta Wright certainly not playing poorly, but we've just seen such crisp play for her over the last couple months. A few of these errors being sprinkled in is a bit surprising.
10-13. Side out, point 14.
To your point, another miss into the net.
Let's not understate how huge this stage is. This is the biggest match of her career, no question.
A sweeping finish. He makes that shot look easy. Textbook style from Ben Johns.
Yeah, classic Ben Johns. He just never looks like he's in a hurry, but he covers the court so well. Just really smooth operator out there.
And here comes the GOAT.
And I talked about the hands battles not going the direction of Ben Johns, and I said to this point, and that next ball he ended up finding the corner pocket. So watch for him to get that much more assertive in some of those hands battles and get keyed up.
And let's be clear, Etta Wright very high on that dink before, so Ben Johns bailed her out nicely.
Timeout called on the court. We will take one, too. How will this one unfold? It's getting juicy on championship court. Can you say that one more time? Oh, okay. They did. You're right.
It was a smart timeout. It's only a couple points, but it was a smart time to use it.
I think you should bring up too, like we talked about Etta and Strutt, like there's a tightness factor. We always talk about how easy it is to play with Ben Johns, but we need to do the same thing. It's hard to play with Ben Johns to a certain extent because you're kind of put into a box and the expectations of what you might have to do. As much as the options are limited, you have to execute those options at an unbelievable clip.
Sounds like you should talk about it.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair. I know you always talk about, I didn't want to use your line.
Well, it's just because I played with them before,
Yeah.
but I mean, if you're going to describe it like that, you go right ahead.
Hey. You would be dying laughing during these points, I'll tell you that much. It's very animated in the booth.
When you really believe in something, your eyes get so big.
Mine?
Yeah,
I know.
you're like locked in.
I also get angry. Like when I see a shot, I like,
I know, I can feel it. Megan Dazan sending one up to the big man upstairs, sending up a prayer for the Seattle Pioneers. They need something, anything, to get them going in this matchup. They trail by 2 games. It's a position that Ben Johns and Etta Wright have not been in so far this tournament.
12-14.
2-time champs on their heels, trailing by 2 to LA. a one-point game just like that.
You know, it's interesting, as we talked about Etta Wright, one of the unique things when you play alongside Ben Johns, it's very easy, but it's also extremely challenging. You only have a few options or responsibilities, but you have to execute those at an incredible clip.
Yes, exactly right, Cameron. I've had the pleasure of playing with Ben, and it sure is nice when you don't hit a ball and he wins the point for you, but it does put you in some uncomfortable, awkward positions as well with your court positioning and your shot selection.
Julian Arnold taking over the kitchen line.
And I would like to see Catherine Parento, don't even change direction, just dink cross court with Etta Wright right now. She is giving much more offensive opportunities, meaning Etta Wright, to their opponents than Catherine is to the Pioneers.
Michelle, you mentioned that Ben Johns was undefeated in men's doubles this weekend. This duo is also undefeated on the weekend of Ben Johns and Etta Wright.
And he's pretty good in singles too, to your point. He is world class, the best in the world in every division. Ben Johns looking to pull a heroic comeback for his team here. Oh, Ben Johns, he thought he had the shot he wanted. The way he's able to carve his dinks, unbelievable.
No, you make a great point. What those at home might not realize is just how much action is on this ball on each of these dinks. Backspin, topspin, side spin, and there is a great deal of pace, and the margin of error is so slim.
And I have played Ben plenty of times, and as the score goes not in his favor, he pulls more triggers and he takes more court. He will continue to do so for the duration of this match.
That's a big pressure point for Julian Arnold, keeping Etta Wright back on the baseline. 2-point game continues in favor of the LA Mad Drops. Here's what they are playing for in this premier super final matchup. This is a huge deal for pickleball. The winning team gets $240,000. The runner-up, nearly $60,000.
Oh my. Foot fault on Ben Johns, checking with his bench, and they do not say to challenge. So a difference between 60K per and 14 per. Huge pressure points here.
It's the biggest purse in pickleball history. That is what we call a Burt. Adam, go ahead and explain.
Well, that's right.
What you just saw.
You jump the corner of the kitchen in front of you, that's an Ernie. You jump in front of your partner, that's a Burt. Burt and Ernie, Sesame Street, let's go, baby.
Catherine Parento swings away. Championship point on the side of the LA Mad Drop. $60,000 on the line for each player. No timeout for Seattle.
27.
Julian Arnold finishes things on his terms, and the LA Mad Drops complete their Cinderella story. They dethrone the GOAT, Ben Johns, and his Seattle Pioneers, the team that was unbeaten coming in to this super final match.
There is no doubt they were the underdog coming into this match. For them to do this 3-0 is a massive accomplishment.
Yes, I'm talking 3 to 5% chance of this actual outcome coming at 3-0. Incredible play from the Mad Drops. They deserve it.
Drew Brees, the owner of this team, in the mix, giving everybody hugs all around. His team couldn't be prouder and happier that they did it for one of the other GOATs in the NFL. What an incredible moment for the LA Mad Drops. Thomas Wilson coming back after having a major procedure on his heart. Hunter Johnson stepped in for him in Daytona. Let's relive the winning point. On the paddle, Julian Arnold.
The big question is, who's MVP? Does he get his second of the season?
I think you have to. I mean, he played so well, and I just love that my pick to click played so well. Julian Arnold, thank you for making me look good, buddy.
Zubin Mehta, the other owner and GM, as you see on the screen, and congratulations for an incredible run. Megan Dazan, Tyler Loom, Ben Johns, Etta Wright, the two-time champs from season 1, couldn't get it done in the season finale, but what a run for the GOAT. Welcome back to San Clemente, California. You just witnessed the super final for the Premier League here with Major League Pickleball. The Seattle Pioneers got blanked. They were the team to beat coming into this championship round. The LA Mad Drops snuck in and stole the season title, but they earned every inch of it and every right to be here on this Monday night championship round. As we check in now with the fourth member of our crew, current female pro Cameron Blackwood, standing by with the heroes.
Thanks, Michelle. Yes, Julian, we talked earlier. You said we didn't expect to be up 2-0. Did you expect to take this win 3-0 tonight?
No, but not, it was a possibility. I think we knew on paper that, if we played straight up, every one of our teams has a really good chance of winning. And I think in this format, that's what it's about. It's about going out there and knowing that every match you have a chance to win, and that puts pressure on your opponents. And with the rally scoring, anything can happen. So, we played great. Pioneers played great. It was a hell of a battle, and even though it was 3-0, it was really close. So, good fight all around.
And you gave Ben and Etta their first loss of the tournament. What was key to success for you and Julian tonight?
I think we just had a lot of energy. That's when we play best. I mean, Julian would just believe in me, and then I was believing in himself, and we just kept firing up, like in between points, getting pumped up, and I think that really helped us to get that W at the end.
And being team captain, what did you tell your team in general before stepping out against the Pioneers?
We had a pretty in-depth conversation that went pretty much to every possible scenario, and we had a bunch of different strategies, but we finally came together with one, and it worked. So, you know, everyone believes in everybody, and we know that we are all great pickleball players, so we just went out there and then we let it ride, as Thomas would say.
And how special is it to have your owners here, but especially Drew Brees flying in for this moment?
I mean, it's amazing. Big thank you to the guys over there, Zubin, Drew Brees. They're the best owners. No, it's amazing to have them on the sideline. And, you know, even though Drew didn't attend all the events, he was just texting us all the time, too, in the group chat. And we can't forget all of our support system there. It was just amazing to have them by our side all weekend.
Thank you so much. Michelle, back to you.
Cameron, thanks. Wow, there's an undeniable synergy between Catherine Parento and Julian Arnold. But coming into this match, guys, nobody predicted the LA Mad Drops to clean sweep Ben Johns and the Seattle Pioneers. We didn't even get to the fourth mixed doubles game because we didn't need to. Your final thoughts, Adam, on what we just saw?
Well, coming into this, I liked the Mad Drops in singles, and I was just hoping that they could split 2-2 and get to a Dream Breaker. They make me look terrible by taking this thing in 3 games, and I want to give a shout out to one of my best friends in pickleball, Irina Tereshchenko. She was targeted in the first match of women's doubles. She stepped up absolutely huge and set the tone for this entire match.
We call her the go-to Major League Pickleball. She just added one more title, but I also want to go hats off to Catherine Parento. So much of Major League Pickleball has been about those top 2 draft picks. Catherine Parento just played lights out. She may have even just improved her own draft stock. I mean, this woman was unreal through the entire tournament.
And so was Julian Andiamo Arnold, finishing the match and the championship on his paddle, and that's the way he would prefer it to end. We'll be back with a couple of final remarks after this short break. Don't go anywhere. We got a couple more people to chat things over with. Okay. Okay. Do you want Adam or Cameron to jump in on it and then this? Okay, cool. I'll just set it up, lay out, and let you take it wherever you want to go. Oh, I thought you said men's, women's. Okay. Cirkul. Okay. Yes, I know. Yep.
I
You can go right to the circle shot of the day.
Then where? Okay. ESPN's coverage of Major League Pickleball is presented to you by Knockaround sunglasses, quality shades that won't break the bank. And by Michelob Ultra, it's only worth it if you enjoy it. Drink responsibly. Time now for our Cirkul shot of the match from the women's doubles. Throttling from Irina Tereshchenko and Catherine Parento. Tereshchenko adding a 5th Major League Pickleball title to her name. Parento, her 2nd. Two ladies you guys loved.
So fun to watch them just battle it out. The defense that they can find from the baseline, their patience, and when they should get to the kitchen line. Just outrageous play from both Catherine Parento and Irina Tereshchenko.
It's just so cool to see them go from defense and then just start a firefight as soon as they neutralize the offense from their opponents. That point really just is a microcosm of the whole match. Well done, Drops.
You're looking at the Season 1 Super Final Trophy of 2023. The culmination of 3 events this year brought us to tonight's season finale. The LA Mad Drops had to work and work to punch their ticket to Monday night Super Final as we throw it down now to Cameron Blackwood for the ceremony.
Thank you so much, Michelle. Guys, let's give it up one more time for both teams. Thank you so much to the fans. You guys have been absolutely incredible. The facility here, Lifetime Rancho San Clemente, has been absolutely amazing. So thank you so, so much. We want to go ahead and thank our sponsors. Without them, none of this would be possible, especially from our title sponsor, Margaritaville. Michelob Ultra, Cirkul, Toyota Prius, Sunday Swagger, Grillo's Pickles, Dulce Vida Tequila, Hospital for Special Surgery, OS First Socks, Skechers, Knockaround Sunglasses, Pro XR Pickleball, Aura Organic, Fromuth Pickleball, Pickleball United, and Duper, the only dynamic universal pickleball rating system. And none of this would be possible without these amazing individuals standing next to me right here. We have MLP founder, Steve Kuhn. We also have a very special guest here, the mayor of San Clemente, Chris Duncan. MLP CEO, Giulio De Pietro. MLP strategic advisor and board member, Ann Worcester. And MLP commissioner, Brooks Wiley. And the COO of Margaritaville, our title sponsor, Brad Schwabel. Few words now from our founder, Steve Kuhn.
Well, as always, I channel gratitude. I'm just thankful to the city. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you to Lifetime Fitness. Thank you to the amazing volunteers. Thank you to our fans. Thank you to the players. You guys are working so hard. You're playing so well. It's amazing to watch. And thank you to everyone who is building up this amazing sport and makes so many people's lives better and happier. I'm channeling all the gratitude in my heart. Thank you to everyone.
Thank you so much, Steve. And to the mayor of San Clemente, Chris Duncan.
Thanks, Cameron. Yeah, we want to thank MLP for coming here to San Clemente, the world's capital of pickleball. That's right. You. And, you know, I think Drew Brees is going to fit in pretty good here in San Clemente. What do you think, Cameron? I think he should come back often. Next game, Drew. Me and you, baby. Let's do it. And, hey, San Clemente, we come out in force to support this incredible sport. We're growing it. We want to be at the center of it. I want to give thanks to all of the fans, especially all the dads, Father's Day yesterday. And let's keep doing it, San Clemente, all right? Come on, let's play, baby.
Thank you so much. And now to bring out the runner-ups, the Seattle Pioneers, Ben Johns, Etta Wright, Megan Dazan, Tyler Leung, and Coach Dave Fleming. Ben, actually winning yesterday, you did win 2 titles this season. Just how amazing has this first season of Major League Pickleball been this year in 2023?
Yeah, it's been great. Had an awesome team, a lot of great events, great super finals here. Really proud of my team. We competed hard, got a couple titles, really happy with that. And of course, want to congratulate the Mad Drops. They played amazing and they deserve the win today.
Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Seattle Pioneers. And now, the winners of the season super finals, the Mad Drops, Los Angeles. Irina Tereshchenko, Thomas Wilson, Julian Arnold, and Catherine Parento. We got to start with the GOAT here. 5th title. What does this one mean anything more that it's the season super final win?
I'm going to ponder on the meetings a little bit later, but I think my job was to set the tone and keep the team ready. And Catherine and I were able to do it in the first match, and then the rest of the team closed it out. So super proud. Thank you to our team ownership group for the support. Thank you for the event organizers, sponsors, most importantly, volunteers. Thank you, and the fans.
Thomas, I know it's been a long road. We're just happy that you're out here having a heart surgery last week. And just what does this team mean to you on and off the court?
It's get a little emotional thinking about not being with this team next season. I don't know what I'm going to do without them, but thankful to be out here, to be competing, to be alive, to be playing with these amazing people. Pioneers, incredible team, incredibly classy team, each of them individually and as a team. A lot of respect for them, but thank you for leading us to victory again, Andiamo. Happy to be a part of the team. Go Mad Drops.
And Julian, captain of this team, just how much fight did you guys have? Not coming into the championship yesterday, but making sure you're ready to go tonight.
Yeah, I think one of our big mottos was just to keep believing and give it everything that we got. So this team's got a lot of heart, and I couldn't be more proud of everyone. We really stepped it up and came together and made it happen. So great job, you guys. I want to congratulate the Pioneers on a great season, a couple of championships, and to put themselves in a position to play tonight is no small feat. So it's awesome to play some of the best players in the world, and thanks for the opportunity to be out here, MLP. We've had a blast. So like Irina said, thanks for everyone that makes this happen. It's one of the best, if not the best event in all of pickleball.
And speaking of that, Catherine, pickleball is now here. It's here to stay. We're on the major network. Just how exciting is it to see where we are today?
It's amazing. When I first started a few years ago, it was just kind of a hobby for me, and now it's crazy to think that we're all almost doing that for a living. It's just amazing, and I just want to thank MLP. This was just an incredible event, and I'm looking forward to next season. I hope I'm gonna have some of these guys with me on my team, but this is super sad to to finish it out that way. Not so sad we won, but a little bit sad that we'll see them maybe in another team. But yeah, thank you so much, the Mad Drops owners over there. Oh my gosh, it was just unbelievable season.
Thank you so much. Let's go ahead and get the trophy in their hand from Commissioner Brooks Wiley. The Los Angeles Mad Drops.
Mad Drops.
Wow, Cameron, fantastic ending to a fantastic season 1 finale. Adam, Cameron Irwin, if this is any indication on how season 2 is going to look like the second half of this year, I can't wait to find out.
I mean, anything is possible in this format. For a sport that has a more individual tone, Major League Pickleball has changed it completely. It's all about team dynamics, and this team showed up. They put their format together, and it played out beautifully.
Yes, and as a former player, I'm just very happy to be in this position to describe to you fans at home how great these athletes really are. This is not a game, this is a sport, and MLP is putting that to the forefront. Just really happy to be here and excited for the season 2 as well. Congratulations again to the Mad Drops, well done.
I think you said it perfectly, Adam. It's a sport that's easy to pick up but difficult to master.
Exactly.
And these pros, they showed it to us here. Congratulations to Drew Brees' LA Mad Drops and Zubin Mehta. That is a wonderful Sight to see, a huge upset we saw here on this Monday night season finale. Major League Pickleball, there's truly nothing else like it. This league has revolutionized the fastest growing sport in America, and you just saw why. Thanks so much for joining us all evening long, everyone. For Cameron Blackwood, Adam Stone, Cameron Irwin, I'm Michelle McMahon, and our entire MLP and ESPN crew. We hope you have a great rest of your evening and that you will continue to follow along with us all season long. What a night.